Welcome back, Barry at where stories are always intact. Join the fun, let's all react. Barry Yaks, that's a fact.
3 true disturbing Halloween horror stories. I think this is like part 17 or 18. I'm not too sure yet. I still have to get caught up. I'm gonna have to look at which part this is, but yeah, the last video was super scary. If you want to go watch it, go watch it. I was about to pee my pants, I think. Or maybe it was the one before that. These can get scary sometimes. I'll tell you that. But let's just get right into it. Grab your popcorn or your snacks or your drink or whatever you got. And yeah, I got my blankie. And yeah, let's just get right into it, y'all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day outside. Make sure you guys go out. You know, get some euphoria instead of some dopamine. Just hit it dopamine, like, through the phone screen. So, make sure you go outside and get some fresh air and some nature. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm going to be linking this in the description below if you guys want to go check it out for yourself. Let's get right into it, y'all. Halloween horror stories. Ooh. Story 1. By Green.
This is a disturbing memory from my young childhood. I was about 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
My mom would usually take my brother and I trick-or-treating, but this particular year, after school, she dropped me off at my friend Sean's house, where Sean, our friend Johnny, and I would go together.
Oh.
Johnny and Sean were a year older than me. We met while I was playing with my brother on the block.
That's awesome.
Johnny and Sean lived around the block from me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sean had a weird upbringing that I never really understood. His sister was like 20 years old.
What does he
There was
mean?
a big gap between them.
What is
She
he
was
talking
always his
about?
caretaker, it seemed, whenever I was at his house.
This looks like a nice
His
neighborhood.
house always smelled like cat, and his sister always had a different guy over, it seemed like.
Ew.
His sister was always cold to me, in the sense that she'd never acknowledge me or say hi or anything. Sean's dad was never in the picture, and his mom, I believe, was always working out of town, I guess. I only met Sean's mom a few times. We never really stayed in touch for long enough for me to figure all of this out. Anyway, my
Well,
mom
that's a
dropped me off
shame.
at Sean's, expecting that Sean's mom would be trick-or-treating with us.
Right.
After saying goodbye, I went into his house.
Oh.
Johnny was already there. We all had big pillow sacks to fill with candy.
Oh, that's awesome.
This was around the time that I learned that neither Sean's mom nor sister were coming with us to supervise.
Oh, they were
So
probably
I
like,
sort of
let's
felt slightly
go.
uncomfortable knowing that Johnny
boys'
and Sean
night.
would be leading the way. But at the same time, I felt a sense of excitement that we'd have more freedom.
Right.
I knew for a
course.
fact my mom would not have
Anybody
approved of us
would.
going unsupervised, though.
Anybody would.
So, eventually, we were off into the neighborhood, walking around doing our rounds door to door. Quite a few people asked if we were alone or where our parents were.
Oh.
But Johnny would always be the one to use the same lie, that his mom is up ahead with his sister.
Yeah.
It worked every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was on a Friday.
Because,
so we didn't get to start
yo,
a trick-or-treat
bro,
until
make
around
sure you
5
got,
o'clock.
bro,
But we didn't
oh,
have
I
school
can't
the next
believe
day,
people
so we
ask
intended on
that.
going until our pillow sacks were completely full. We took
That's
a break after a
insane.
couple of hours
I
and went
can't
to
believe
Sean's,
people
where
actually
he heated
ask
up a bunch
that.
of frozen pizzas. At the time, I was so jealous of the apparent freedom he had in his house, not having parents who cared about what he did. But looking back now, I count myself super blessed to have grown up in a household with 2 strict parents. After we hung out at his house for an hour and watched Halloween
Yeah.
specials on
No,
Nickelodeon
not me.
while eating pizza and
Bruh.
candies, Johnny eventually was picked up
You
by
just
his
gotta
mom,
fight for
but
yourself
Sean and
if
I
they
wanted
try to
keep
kidnap
going.
you for real.
So we eventually headed back out for round 2.
You gotta fight.
It was dark out now.
And if you're gonna go up there by yourself, and if you're gonna go out, just make sure you prepare to fight if somebody does try to kidnap you. If you are going out by yourself and you are not going supervised, make sure you are prepared in case somebody does come after you. Make sure you are prepared to fight. Make sure you have the energy to fight, you know, a 7 feet tall, 400-pound man. Or maybe 5 of those. You know, make sure you're able to run away from that type of stuff. Make sure you have the getaway plan. Make sure where you know where you're going. You know, make sure you know the area where you're going. You know, so you know where to run to. You know, have a phone so you can get in contact with people. You know, don't be stupid and go out. You know, Don't be stupid and go out. Come on, I know you guys are not like that, though. I know you guys are like that. Come on, you guys are smarter these days. I don't know. Some people are not, though. Some people are not that smart. I'm telling you, though, if you are not, please do, because I would hate to see one of my little cubs to go missing on Halloween. You know, for real.
Yeah, there were a lot less trick-or-treaters now. We tried to go to certain blocks we hadn't gone down yet, which meant straying further away from Sean's house.
Right,
We found a block we
they're,
hadn't touched.
They're going
yet,
places where they don't know.
Some houses didn't answer at this hour, and mostly everyone else.
If you want candy that bad, go for it.
Late.
Just be careful.
We noticed a man pushing a stroller a couple houses down behind us. He was walking very slowly in our direction.
Nah, man.
Probably a dad trick-or-treating for his young child.
Nah.
As we continued going door to door, the man with the stroller got closer. Eventually, we heard him going shh and singing softly.
Bro, what?
Eventually, he caught up to us, and he said, "How's the trick-or-treating going, boys?" And we replied, "Good," at the same time. And then he said, "It's pretty late. I'm on my way back to my house. I can give you guys the rest of my candy." Sean and I looked at each other with telling faces, as if we just hit the jackpot.
No.
Sean asked for a couple candies, and he said a bunch of bags of different things. He said he didn't get to give much away because he wanted to take his daughter out for a trick-or-treat stroll. He did have a bag dangling on one of the handles of the stroller, which was filled with some candies. The stroller was fully covered by a folding piece on the top, so we couldn't see his daughter. He said she's asleep and he didn't want to wake her up, but he pointed ahead and said his house is just up this way. So we followed behind him as he pushed the stroller. He was walking a little faster now. As we walked, I realized there was next to no one else out at this point. Even though it was a Friday night, it seemed like a quieter side of the neighborhood.
Halloween don't seem like Halloween no more.
As we walked, asking us questions. What part of the neighborhood we were from, where we went to school, basic stuff. I let Sean answer most of the questions. Him being even just a year older than me at that age, I felt like he was the one who should take lead.
Right.
On multiple occasions as we walked,
Group leader.
Lean into the stroller,
Group leader.
High pitch to his daughter. Then he turned back and smiled at us. We finally made it to his house. He led us up the walkway with the stroller and unlocked his door.
Oh nah,
After he opened it, he brought the stroller with his daughter inside first,
bro,
and then invited us to come inside. Sean led the way, so I followed.
Are you serious?
I was the
right
one
now?
to ask if we could leave the
door.
door.
These guys are.
The man paused and then said, "Yeah, of course." He said he'll be right back as he goes to get the candy bags. He pushed the stroller into the middle of the living room, only about 10 feet away from where we were standing. I nudged Sean because I felt uncomfortable. I whispered, "Why would he leave the candy so far away?" Sean didn't respond. Instead, he turned toward the living room and then walked up to the stroller. He lifted up the folding part that was covering the baby, and he looked disturbed. He hurried back to me, whispering, "Let's go." He was full on running once we got outside, and I followed behind, which was a bit tougher because we had those heavy pillow straps.
Oh my god.
I was confused about what he said. Just then, a woman's voice yelled, "Excuse me." It was one of his neighbors. She came running over to us and asked if we know that man. And it was at this point that Sean spilled the beans and said he offered us his leftover candy.
Oh my god.
Pushing a stroller with a fake baby in it. I remember getting goosebumps as he said that. The woman said, "Yeah, that man doesn't have a child. I saw you walking by with him." She took us to her car and drove each of us home. I know, getting into a stranger's car after that was another questionable move.
No, but...
The woman came to my front door to talk to my mom about what we just told her. My mom was distraught. After I told her every last detail about the night, she sent me to my room while my parents called the police on that man. My parents never told me anything about what happened after that. I believe they wanted to shelter me from any more exposure to the situation. My mom didn't want me going over to Sean's house anymore, and I know she had quite a bit to say to Sean's mom. I did see Sean at school once in a while still, and we remained cordial. Our friendship was never the same after that.
I just almost had a mini... Wow, that was... Alright, that was story 1. That was actually pretty scary. This is story 2. Wow, okay, that was really scary. That had me for a minute, man. I'm not gonna lie, yo.
For the day. My mom bought 1 million bags of candy that I knew we'd have left over for weeks, and I'd be the one regrettably munching on them for days, if not weeks to come, as I was trying to lose weight. I always told my mom she went way overboard with the candies. The house was in a
Right,
cul-de-sac
don't be
on a
eating
dead end. We
candy.
hardly
Don't
got
be
any
eating candy. You
trick-or-treaters
gotta be
usually.
eating fruit.
However, we did have
Fruit,
some
man.
loyal
You gotta
kids
be
who
eating
always came to
fruit
our
and
house knowing how much
vegetables
candy
and that
we get.
greens
Halloween was on a Monday this year.
and meat.
I was in college. I conveniently had Mondays and Wednesdays off this semester. So the first half of the day, I went to the gym and then worked on my assignments for class.
Right.
It was always around
Okay.
4 p.m. that the sound of
Nice.
kids outside would indicate that trick-or-treaters were out.
Uh-huh.
The first time the doorbell rang was, I guess, somewhere between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The day went as you'd expect. There's nothing interesting about handing out candies all day to little kids and my dog Vito barking like crazy every time the doorbell rang.
Right.
I'd say from the first trick-or-treater to 8 p.m., there were maybe 10 to 15 total. As I said, that cul-de-sac was out of the way for people to come. It was more effective for trick-or-treaters to pass it and just keep going straight. It being a Monday night, things quieted down much earlier than usual, I'd say.
Like
Got
how?
enough homework done, I put a dent in my projects, and so I had some of my mom's leftover stew and went to my room to watch Game of Thrones. I was literally 2 episodes in when I heard
Game
the
of
unexpected
Thrones.
sound of the doorbell.
I've never seen it before.
Vito started barking again. I
Never
looked at
seen
the
it.
clock, and it had to be like 9:30. This was definitely beyond the cutoff time for trick-or-treaters. I went downstairs to the front door and opened it. On the other side of the glass storm door was a very tall man in a clown costume
Oh,
with
nah,
a very
bro.
scary-looking mask. I knew it was a man just based off the frame of the person. He was alone.
That's
waved
scary.
at me
Look
and
at that
then pointed at the
clown,
staff he
man.
was holding.
I don't like
It
clouds.
looked basically empty.
Bro, look
I
at
didn't
that
open
guy.
the storm door.
Bro, that
I
guy
just said
looks
through it, sorry, we don't have any more candy, and slammed the door shut. I locked
He
it.
opened the door?
I instantly regretted opening
I wouldn't
the door.
even have opened the
I genuinely
door.
thought it was just some kid or an unfortunate mother or father who worked late and wanted to get some last-minute trick-or-treating in with their kids.
Right.
Whoever I just saw on our stoop was not a kid.
No.
Hell, it didn't even look like a teenager.
That was definitely a middle-aged
Clown
man.
costume just made him look even bigger.
A middle-aged man that's out
The
to
candy
look
bag
for some
before opening the
action.
door, so he couldn't see that I was lying.
Some bad
I hovered
action.
by the door for a bit just to listen and see if I'd hear footsteps walking away. But not only did I not hear him walk away, he rang the doorbell again.
Oh my god.
Vito once again
Are you
started going
serious?
ballistic. Vito's a
Bro.
rat terrier. His bark is not intimidating, nor would he ever actually defend the home from an intruder.
I hate those little
I
dogs.
picked him up and carried him
Bro.
upstairs after turning off the lights
Bro.
downstairs. This was my
I
half-assed
hate
attempt at
Chihuahuas
getting him to
and
think I
just
was
little
absolutely
dogs.
never opening that door again
I
tonight.
hate them.
I put Vito in my room and shut the door so he wouldn't keep barking.
Vito.
I stood at the top of the
Sounds like a
stairs listening,
chihuahua.
and then I heard through the front door, the storm door being forced open, like there was a loud snap implying that the latch may have been broken from force.
Oh,
I
nah.
then heard both knocks on the front door, and then the doorknob moving around.
Oh, nah.
At this point, I decided to hide in my room.
Are you serious?
incredibly
Where's this guy's
I
parents?
texted my family group chat about what was going on.
Oh, his parents ain't
No one
home.
answered, though.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
course.
Bro,
I knew
this
that
is a
whoever
setup.
it was had to get bored. I would have texted all my guy friends asking who it was, but all my guy friends are short.
No, bro. That ain't no
Resumed the
friend.
episode I was watching.
That
I was
ain't no
truly just trying
friend.
to pretend he wasn't there. What else was I to do? The doorbell rang once again, though.
Oh my
This was a
god.
nightmare. I kept telling Vito to shush. I had my blinds closed too. I didn't want that fucking clown knowing what room I was in.
Right?
I tried calling my dad, but he didn't pick up. I called my brother, who picked up saying he wasn't alone, and I knew that meant he was with a girl. I told him check my texts.
Who
but sometimes
cares
it's
if
the
he's
clown
not
that
alone,
go
but he's
away.
your brother,
My brother
yo?
said it's a Halloween prank and to just ignore it.
Oh,
He seemed
nah,
like he was in a hurry
bro.
to get off the
Bro,
phone, so
are
I
you
hung up.
serious right now? Bro,
hope
that
not.
is such a bad brother. You know how bad of a brother that is? Yo, if your brother ever did that to you, bro, yo, never, oh my gosh. Nah, man, that's actually messed up. Bro, how? How, bro? You about to die, and bro, your brother is telling you, oh, nah, listen, man, just, you'll be fine, man. It's just a Halloween prank, bro. Yo, I think there's someone in here, man. Alright, there's someone about to break in your house, right? Somebody broke into your house. You call your family, you call your brother or sister, and you're like, yo, I think someone broke in the house, man. I need help. Oh, it's just a Halloween prank. You'll be fine. Listen, bro, I'm about to die. Nah, I think it's just a Halloween prank. Bro, I would flip my top off of my head. I would go ballistic. I would literally go down there and take care of it myself just to prove my family wrong, and then I would leave forever. And I thought somebody was doing a chainsaw trying to get in here, but it's just the lawn mowing people outside just doing their thing with the air dryer that blows the grass into the road. The blow dryer, the grass dryer or whatever. I don't know what you call that thing. A blow dryer, long dryer. I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Just if your family ever backstabs you, try to get out of there as soon as possible, because that is toxic and that is not healthy, and you do not deserve that. And you can do way better. You can, and you can. You just choose not to, okay? You should choose better, because you can be way more than that. Life has way more for you in store than that toxic relationship.
It honestly made the most sense to be a prank. So after
It's not a prank, though!
Bed, anxious, the doorbell did not ring again. I finally felt safe to relax again and lay back down.
Bro, what?
Trading is not.
Are you serious right now? Bro, he's saying, oh!
Drifting away.
Bro, that is not even...
To allow complete...
Oh, nah, bro, I would have left, bro. This is driving me crazy.
I don't even think I was asleep long enough to enter REM state and have a dream when I woke up to Tito growling and quietly barking as he was
no kidding, bro.
One of us. I told him to be quiet, and he stopped.
Oh my gosh.
I looked to see what he was looking at.
No.
He was looking at the window.
No.
I listened.
No.
Coming from like right outside the window.
No. I don't want to listen to it.
My bedroom was on the second floor of the house. It's not like anyone could be outside my
Yes,
window.
there could.
I wondered what it was.
Bro, I snuck out of the house on the second floor before.
And boy, was I wrong. Screaming my lungs out.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary! Yo, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What the frick? Oh my gosh, I just almost had a heart attack! Oh my gosh, what the heck? Bro, what the frick? Oh my gosh. Yo, that is actually scary AF. Bro, I don't understand how that was so scary. I just hate clowns, yo. I hate clowns. Yo, that's embarrassing. That is so embarrassing, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Bruh. That is insane. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just got scared by a clown.
Something else out. I ran with my phone out of my room and to my parents' bedroom, where I locked the door and dialed 911.
Bro.
I was too shook to even cry. My whole body was shaking.
I just can't believe there was a clown on his second story window balcony. I told you not to go, bro. Oh my gosh.
She tell me the same thing every time.
They don't listen.
Coming as fast as they can. The police got to the house in roughly 10 minutes. They examined the exterior of the house to look for any attempted entry points. All they found was that the latch on the front storm door was broken, like I figured.
Bro.
And leaned against the side of the house by my bedroom window was my dad's ladder. That man went into our storage shed outside and found my dad's ladder to use to climb up to my window.
What?
To avoid this going any further, I went to go sleep at my guy friend Adam's house.
Dude, that is so weird.
To this day, I don't know if this was just a sick prank purposely played on Halloween, or if there was about to be a horrible crime committed with the sick
that
novelty
actually gave me a heart attack. That was so scary. Bro, that was scary. Wow, that was story 2. So this is story 3, and this is by Anonymous. Oh my gosh, that
It was
actually...
late October, Saturday, Halloween.
That was
weekend.
insane,
I
y'all.
think
That was
Halloween
scary
on Tuesday
AF.
this year, so the big party night was
Like,
the
I don't know
Saturday
how
before.
else to put it other than just scary AF. I have no other way to put it than that. Like, that was just, oh my gosh. I hate clowns, okay? I hate clowns. That actually made me jump scare, man. That was...
My friends and I were
man.
still looking for
That's
last-minute
scary,
plans since
y'all.
everything was sold out. Ideally, we wanted to find a house party. We all had pretty funny costumes, too, and we wanted to get good use out of them. My friend Kate actually decided to put on her Instagram and Snapchat stories looking for parties tonight. Not something I would have ever done. I'd find that to be kind of shameless and embarrassing, but I was
Yeah.
glad she was willing to do it.
Yeah, that is
I was
embarrassing.
surprised when
I don't
she
know
texted
why
in the
people
group
do
chat
that, man.
someone hit her up about a party.
That's very embarrassing.
Pretty soon after, she sent a screenshot
Very
of the
embarrassing.
details in the group chat. It had an address, start time, and a few ground rules, such as the party would only be indoors, no backyard access, and bring your own booze. It also said must bring at least one girl for every guy. The guy who sent the details to Kate was one of our guy friends around our age, who mutually knew a lot of the same people we
That's
did.
pretty good.
Apparently
That's
a number
pretty
of people we knew were
decent.
going to
That's
the party.
good. For
The
every
house
girl,
address
there's a
was
guy,
downtown
or
over,
every guy,
super
there's a
close.
girl.
So between
That's
the four
even.
of us,
That makes
we
it
all
fair.
Went to Shauna's
I
house
like
since
that.
She had the open crib. We
Fair
pre-gamed
enough.
there for about an hour as we all finished up getting ready.
But
We
make
waited till our
sure,
guy
like,
friends
but this
confirmed
is
that they
like
were
some
going.
high school
Then
shit.
we
I
decided
want
to
to
head
go to
over.
this. Like, bro, I'm
We
not
called
going
an
to go
Uber.
to no high. I'm not
We
going
all
to
had
go.
our
I don't
own
want to
drinks,
party,
varying
bro.
from Four Locos
I don't even
to
know why
White
people
Claws
want
to
to party
vodka
these
shooters.
days. Don't even go to parties, y'all, bro. Y'all, parties are so lame,
The Uber driver was probably sick of us by the end of the drive.
right?
When we got to the house, we saw a bunch of cars everywhere. The house was pretty big, a very spacious front yard. We were 4 girls walking in, so surely whoever was throwing this party was gonna love us. We didn't hear any music until we got closer to the door. Then we heard the beating of the bass. I opened the door, and the first room we were in was a cross between the living room and the kitchen. The entire house was very dimly lit, only by a bunch of orange lights hung up,
Looks
definitely
like a nice
creating a
house.
Halloween party ambiance.
Right.
The place was decently crowded,
Ambiance.
but honestly, we didn't know
Ambiance.
anyone. Kate texted the guys we knew to see if they were here yet. In the meantime, some older guy came and greeted us. He asked our names, and he said he's John, Luke's dad. Apparently, Luke was the guy throwing this party. I asked who Luke is, where he goes to school. And he
Right.
replied, oh, he's around here somewhere. You can ask him when you see him.
Oh, nice.
And he asked us if we wanted to put our drinks in the cooler. He led us into the kitchen where there were 3 big coolers of ice. Each one already had a bunch of drinks in it.
Right.
So we put some of our cans in the coolers.
Nice.
The John guy seemed like he was 50-something years old, which would
What?
make sense if his son was the one throwing the party. But at the same time, it
facts.
seemed slightly weird he'd be so welcoming and involved in such a big party in his own house.
Right.
He was
a
going around
high
talking to
school
everybody.
party. Oh,
Well,
man.
it seems mostly the
this
girls.
is scary, bro.
He seemed like he could have also been drunk. The 4 of us played beer pong at one of the tables, where some guys started talking to us, so we started playing them. Kate then said our guy friends were on the way, which I was happy to hear. John suddenly yelled my and Kate's names over by the counter in the kitchen. He was yelling shots. My other 2 friends, Shauna and Tracy, looked slightly offended, so I said, can we all have one? And he yelled, yeah, sure. So we went over to the kitchen counter by him and all took a shot of tequila. I gagged because there was no lime. I was definitely starting to get drunk after this.
Yeah.
It was odd how much the dad
just
of the house was
bad
trying to hype this
influence
party
and
up.
bad
He
stuff.
had this oddly welcoming yet unsettling presence.
You know, I wouldn't be
Young-
surprised if this is actually being paid from the Biden administration to be promoting bad influence on the youth.
Upsetting
wouldn't be
part because he was
surprised. I
much
wouldn't
older
be
than the
surprised.
generally college-aged
I wouldn't be
people here.
surprised if this
He was
has to
pushing
do with
drinks on
politics
people.
at all.
Then he
I
asked what
bet
our
this
poison
does have to
is.
do with politics.
I wasn't
to
going
be
to say
honest.
anything until the girls all gave their favorite drinks. John started making a bunch of mixed drinks.
Politics.
In the meantime, we went back to the beer pong table where the guys we were playing were still waiting. I plugged my phone into an outlet just because I was down to like 50%. Then I went back to the game. Mid-game, John came over with 2 drinks for Cade and I, and then he came back with 2 more for Shauna and Tracy.
Wow.
They were all in red Solo cups. He made me a vodka soda. I sipped on it during our beer pong game whenever I had a chance. I was drinking it slow because I was already drunk. After we lost to the random guys,
He
I
was
went to get
tipsy.
my phone, only to realize it didn't charge at all. It was still at the same percent. The outlet wasn't working.
I hate when that happens.
I didn't feel comfortable
I hate
using
when
my
I be
phone
charging
or
my
any other
phone
outlets, so I
and
just
then it
refrained from
doesn't
filling the
charge
battery
at
any
all.
further.
Man,
My guy friends
bro.
eventually showed up. And it was
Especially
soon after
like
this point
all
that
night.
things
I'd be
quickly
sleeping
became a
all night and I
blur.
wake up to a
mean,
dead
very
phone.
quickly. Like 1 second I remember talking with our
that.
friend Jeff, the next blacked out. The
Blacked
next thing I
out?
remember was my friends waking me up in the car outside my house. I felt woozy. My vision was blurred. My head was spinning.
He just got diddied.
We were in one of our guy friends' cars. One of the guys walked me to my front door and helped me inside.
Bro.
And we all left. I was alone, except for my parents asleep in their room.
Bro, what?
I felt I must have drank way too much, but I also had a woozy, weird feeling in my head that I'd never felt from drinking.
He just
I
got
felt dizzy. I went straight to bed.
He just got diddied.
And I had some text from a random unsaved number. I opened it, and there were a bunch of texts already. It started with me texting my name, and then they responded, John. Uh-oh. After that, he said, you look so cute. Based on the time he sent this, it was still during the party. There was a 2-hour gap from then until he texted me again saying, where did my favorite girls go? I was shocked at myself that I gave that man my number. I must have been drunker than I thought. But regardless, I lowered my head onto the pillow and fell asleep instantly. The next morning, I woke up to some disturbing texts.
Oh no.
As my head was spinning, I read these sickening texts.
Oh my gosh.
After I fell asleep, I got texts from John that said, where are you? I'm coming to your house. You left something here. Followed by, I'm here. Can you come to the door? Followed by, hello, are you awake? He also tried calling me 3 times. This was all at like 2 a.m. I sent the screenshot to my friends, and this was when they reminded me of what happened. John was all over me as I was increasingly becoming a zombie. My friends started getting concerned, so they pulled me away and we left the party.
That's so messed
Just
up.
as we were leaving, 2 police cars showed up outside, presumably for a noise complaint. And as we left, everyone took note of there being no furniture in the house. It was just a big empty space filled with people and beer pong tables. One of my guy friends looked up the number somehow, and he told me it was a voice over IP number, which I didn't understand, so he just said it was a fake phone number that John texted me from. He also said that with my number, he could easily find my address. I felt even more sick now.
No way they can
I
do
asked
that.
if anyone ever met his alleged son, and everyone said no. We were starting to think there was no son, and when Shauna suggested he might have roofied me, it made so much sense.
He got diddied.
I'd never before felt the way I was feeling.
I knew it.
We decided to take this to the police.
Bro.
I went to the nearest police station and reported
Rest in
everything,
peace to my
including
bro on here, bro. Mr. Nightmare got
the
diddied,
texts.
bro.
The cop at the front desk asked if this was in relation to the house party in the vacant house last night. We were at first confused by
At
him
a
saying
vacant house, too.
until he explained that there was a call from neighbors
Oh
about a
my
party going on in the house that
Bro,
had been vacant for
got
some
diddied
time.
out of a vacant house, bro.
We all looked at each other with our mouths gaping.
Oh my
We were all brought into an office to sit down with
Mouths gaping.
a detective to take down the whole story.
Bro.
He took the fake phone number and said they'll try to trace this back to somebody once they get a warrant.
Oh my gosh.
We gave the police everything we could, and we went on our way.
Well, I believe they got
The
him.
fake number.
They got diddied.
I honestly felt sick over this for a while. As the days went on and nothing happened, I was confident it was over. But none of us ever heard from the police. We never heard of any arrests being made or anything. To think that man went out of his way to advertise a house party in a vacant house to have access to young women,
Oh my
roofied me and possibly other girls,
Right.
lied about having a son, all of this. This was clearly a very, very dangerous man. And
Yeah.
the fact that we still haven't been called in to identify anybody scares me to think he's still roaming free. This was a month ago. I'll update if things change, and I'm crossing my fingers that they do.
Well, those were scary AF. That deserves an air horn. Wow, those were scary. I actually almost peed my pants on the second one with that jump scare of that clown. Wow, and that last one is actually really scary. Like, you never know. You guys gotta be careful who you, like, be trusting at these parties and stuff. But, yeah, these were 3 disturbing true Halloween horror stories. And this one was scary. Oh my gosh. But, wow. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to be linking this in the description below if you guys want to go check this out for yourself. Man, this gave me chills, but yeah, this was awesome. Yeah, and if you guys got anything you guys want me to react to, please let me know in the comments below, because I react to anything and everything. You just let me know what. Ooh, excuse me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next react. This has been Bear with the react. If it ain't a react with Bear, then it ain't a react at all. Skrrr!